Do you know that I have to beg? Most times I beg my wife to open her legs. I beg for the things that I'm supposed to be, having access to. I beg for these things.
Yep, that's me.
Brother,
Mr. Roland.
you invited me here to your house. Uh, I have my reasons for saying we should meet here on a neutral ground because I don't want to come to your house where I'll be facing a lot of insult from your wife's sister, Chioma. I choose here because it's not very far from your place, and a place is not really bad. It's conducive for me and for my own safety.
I don't have a problem with your
All
choice
right,
of
so
location.
we don't want to bore. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want us to waste our time. I just want you to go straight to the point. Your mission, your reasons why I was told to come. So let's just hit the nail direct.
Mr. Roland,
I'm with you.
a lot has happened. A lot has happened. A lot of things has unfolded that you do not have a clue of. First of all, I discovered about the DNA. I went to the hospital. I met with the consultant, and
Which hospital was that?
the one you guys actually carried the DNA on. I went there. I tracked the hospital, and I met with the consultants. So I also went back to mine because I needed to figure out where the mix-up was coming from. So unfortunately, there was a mix-up from my place, from my hospital, some technical issues that led to the negative results.
So you guys do actually mix people's result up. Do you know that
There
time
was
your
no,
father
I did
someone's
not,
family?
I did not mix. I don't know if you're listening to me. I did not mix the results, but what I'm saying is there was some technical issues that led to having a negative result. So
Yeah, that is what I'm sorry to cut you. That's what I'm saying. Has it been occurring? Has it ever happened?
no, not at all, not at all.
Why?
Probably once I'm settled, I'll go back and actually cross check and check the equipments and probably consult the technician. Okay.
Do you know if I should publish your hospital name? Do you know I will ruin everything for you.
Why would you do that?
Do you know that alone can
Listen,
ruin someone's
Mr.
family?
Roland, I called you for us to interact like
I
men.
know, but I'm just trying to fix this
No,
particular
listen,
what you just said.
Mr. Roland, my life is in jeopardy. My family is in shambles. I mean, everything I've labored for is about going to disrepute. I mean, I just want us to talk about the most important things. I just want us to talk about it. I called you so I can pour my heart out.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
You see that child, Chisom. Chisom is my son. Chisom is my son. I was just looking for avenue to dislodge the mother Neka.
Your own son.
I'm fed up. Not with my son. Of course, I'm going to take full responsibility of the child's welfare. But I can't contain the character of Neka in my house. I can't. Do you care to know everything that's been going on?
That is why I'm here. I'm
Fine.
listening.
You see, Neka was a blossom before I got married to her. Neka brought a lot of goodness into my life. That was during the courtship period. But after the marriage, we actually courted for I think a year and 6 months or just a year, and things were rosy. But after the marriage, few months into the marriage, I don't know what came about Neka. Neka became the opposite of who I used to know. The Neka's golden blossom attitude just became the opposite of the things I used to know. I don't know where I wronged to Neka. As a vibrant young man, I work my ass off to make sure everything is in order, to make sure Neka and the baby are living so good. Not only that, I take care of Neka's sister. So I don't know where I don't know where I've gone wrong. I don't know the things I've done to deserve the hell I've been going through in my home. Neka, I can't actually recall the last time Neka brought peace into the house. I can't recall the last time we all sat together and felt the joy that comes in marriage. Like sometimes I just sit down and ponder all over all these things, and nothing still makes meaning to my to my reasoning. Sometimes I go out and walk, pull my ass off, and come back home and meet nothing in the house. Even when I provide, I make sure I provide everything. Do you know that I do my own laundry? I do my own laundry. I clean. Not until Chioma came and started doing those things for me. I started eating food after work when I get back home. Courtesy since Chioma's arrival. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Before the childbirth, do you know I come back home and meet my wife tying wrapper and throwing wrapper everywhere, tying wrapper and not even with the room messed up. She doesn't arrange the bed after when she wakes up. She doesn't even sweep. All she keeps saying is, "Get me a nanny, this, that, kiss that." She doesn't do those things. Yet everything every trendy things, material things that comes up, she just want to have them. If it's not iPhone 16, it's iPhone 15 Pro Max. If it's not this, it is bone stress. Come on. I recall when I was having lapses in my career. Do you know what my wife opened her mouth and told me? That I should go and do fraud. I should go out here and work like every other man, hustle like every other young man. Would you actually live with such woman?
You said your wife. So, so indirectly, you're trying to tell me that your wife needs a demand so much.
Like her demand, I'm not complaining
Was
about
she
her.
not like that when you got married to
She
her?
was not. She has always been contented with everything I get her. Listen, I don't want this to be like I'm making a case out of her demanding lifestyle. I don't have a problem with my wife demanding for things, hence I can provide. But the problem I have is if you're demanding, make sure you're living up to expectation. Make sure you are living like like you're keeping the home in order, like as a wife. But I don't get those things. Where is the joy of marriage when I can't even, have my house in order? Do you know that I have to beg? Most times I beg my wife to open her legs. I beg for the things that I'm supposed to be, having access to. I beg for these things. One day, please listen with me now. You're a man. You're a man. Put yourself on my shoes. Does these things make sense? Does these things make sense? I don't know. Do you know the reason I decided to call you? Because Fidos has been flying here and there. Families, friends have been asking me questions like, "Guy, what is going on?" Like, that is the reason I decided to call you, to actually confide with you, bro. Man is that low key. I know lately I've been rude to you. I've been venting, pouring my frustration towards you, but I have never been intentional. None of this were intentional. And I feel so bad about it, but I need you to actually put yourself under my shoes. I don't go through things. I've passed through a lot just because of one woman. One woman. Am I the only man that got married to a beautiful woman? Am I? My wife is beautiful, but I don't get the character. I don't get the peace. I don't get those treatments.
So
I
what
don't deserve these
you're
things.
trying to tell me that you are already tired. You had a lot in your plate.
I
You were
can't
actually
continue.
expecting a day.
I can't
But you
continue.
should have done it. You know that you should have done it well, not just looking for something to cover up, involving your own innocent child. Okay, if your
I
wife is not living up to the expectations, if your wife is not doing well, she's not performing the wife duty, she's not taking good care of you guys. Before, I believe, before she gave birth, this character started coming out. Why did you ignore them and waited until she brought this innocent child?
because initially I thought about polygamy. I thought about bringing the two of them together. Probably because the sister has it all. Probably she could just learn one or two things from the sister.
But the sister has not put to birth.
Yes.
Do you know if after must have given birth, she will also start behaving like her younger sister?
You never can tell. I've known Chioma more than I've known.
But you've known her,
Chioma.
you've known her just like you knew your wife. But your wife, immediately your wife puts to bed, so many characters started coming up, which is why you don't want to be with her anymore.
Like I said.
Do you know what is coming after Chioma has put to bed?
Like I said, you never can tell. Listen, let me tell you, there are things. Do you know my wife? My wife beats me. Okay, go through the video. You recorded the other day.
Your wife beats you.
Were you not there when she actually gave me a hit? She even tore my clothes. Go through your video. You recorded those videos.
Was she always like this?
She has always been aggressive.
Why did you continue the marriage?
Any little thing, she flames up and like I've been trying to protect myself from her stabbing me or something. And I may lose. But you wouldn't expect me to react because you wouldn't expect me to slap her back. I respect women a lot, irrespective of whatever attitude or nonchalance she's bringing to my house. I wouldn't still retaliate because the society wouldn't care what she's done. The blame would be on me.
Mr. Samuel, I'm not a judge. I'm not here to scatter marriage or to join. I am just in the side of justice to bring peace. My purpose for coming to your family was to see how I can reconcile everything. But since it's your decision, you have gone this deep. I will not support your decision of just throwing your wife away just like that. Like you said, there was a time she was very sweet, she was very good. If there's something you don't like about her, have you considered sitting her down to talk to her?
There's already a lot of damages
that cannot be
that
fixed.
can no longer be fixed.
Okay, then you have to pass through the right process.
Like I told you.
By going for a divorce.
Like I said.
And you're going to be taking care of your own child. But you going to the length of even denying your own child, bringing a fake result, it's not something to be proud of.
Like I said earlier, I'm going to take full custody of my child. I'm going to take full responsibility of my child's welfare. But I don't think I can go with Neka in the same house. I thought about polygamy because like I told you earlier, I thought it's something we can fix, but at this point, I don't think I can do that.
Is it Choma that is giving you all this advice?
How do you mean?
Who came up with the old doctoring of the results?
How do you mean?
Is she the one? Is she actually in support of you throwing her sister away?
I don't have to discuss everything with Choma. I called you here.
But she's the one you're saying.
Choma is with my mother. I haven't had these discussions with Choma. I called you here because I feel we can actually interact man to man.
So how do you want me to come in now?
No, because you've been the one posting and dragging my family into all
not
these
dragging.
Things. So I don't know if you can still. The reason I called you here is because I feel you can still put this video out there for those who've been passing judgments to also know the things been going on in my family. I mean, I've had enough. I've suffered. I've tolerated more than I can. Please.
It's okay, Mr. Samuel. But
for me, I feel you should go and ask the wife most of the things that you mentioned.
We need to talk to yes.
It's true.
We need to talk to your wife.
We need to go and talk.
If you wish to, I don't.
We also need to talk about it.
Yes.
I want to hear our own side about all these things you just mentioned.
What is it going to change?
No,
I want to also, because if it will be so foolish.
Violent, like your wife actually do.
Is she going to tell you the truth? Is she going to tell you guys that she?
Just ask.
We want to know.
Is she ever going to? Is she ever going to? Is she ever going to admit any of these things?
Well, let's. It would have been even better for all of us to assemble.
Okay, if you feel so. Or from here, since he's free today, let's just go to that her wife's friend's place. And see her. Let's have a conclusion.
All right.
Whatever you want to do.
All right. It's okay. And then let's do it. Let's call it a shot. Peace and love, family. Love you guys. Bye.